building that the Russians occupied. They came here on March 3rd. So they came through one of these side streets, and then the Ukrainians were also trying to hold this building. So there was a checkpoint here, a Ukrainian checkpoint, but they had to pull back down Yablinska Street, and the Russians took over. There were like Ukrainian drones could see all of the military vehicles parked here in this parking lot. So I'll show you a picture. So here, this is the building that we're standing next to, and this parking lot behind you is full of Russian vehicles. This place was, it had two functions. One function was they went through all of the houses and pulled out the men of military age, which for them means teenage boys and men, basically. And they would take them here for interrogations. They also made this a hospital, so they were also treating civilians. Very strange. This is the 234th Russian Regiment of Paratroopers. They did a bigger percent of war crimes than the other Russians who were occupying Bucha. We know this because they would kill people and then take their phones and then call home. So the ones we're looking at now are from security cameras from Ukrainian houses. They went through and destroyed as many as they could find, but they either didn't disable them properly or didn't find a lot of them. We also have a lot of photograph and video from brave people who would, instead of hiding in the basement, go up to the second story of their house and take photos and videos. So there were some Ukrainian men who volunteered at the beginning of the full-scale invasion. So they weren't really like trained soldiers. They had just volunteered, and they were the ones manning these checkpoints here. So that was back in February, like 27th, 28th. When the second wave of Russians came through, they took off their insignia or anything, and they became non-combatants. They were hiding in a house down the street. We passed it actually. But this is a picture of 9 men. 7 of them were executed here. And luckily there were a lot of security cameras there, so we have a lot of footage, even audio that shows them talking to each other, saying the names of their commanders. So in a moment, we're going to go around the side of this building to where the most obvious executions happened. Most of the people they executed had their hands tied behind their backs. I'm going to show you these pictures now, but you can look at them more later. Content warning, this is really horrible stuff. So they were executed on the 4th of March, and their bodies stayed there until liberation, until the 30th or the 31st of March. One of the things that really bothers me is in these pictures of executions, you can often see like empty bottles and like potato chip packages next to their bodies. It's just shows the disrespect they have for life. And some of the forensic evidence we're going to see in a minute, so I'll show you now. There were bullet marks in the steps behind them. You can see in the picture. So that's clear evidence that they were shot in that location, not brought there from some other place. And like the last thing I want to say is, I've said it before, like this happens in every liberated place that we've found so far. So the place is liberated and we all cheer, and then the next day we see evidence of war crimes. The reason why Bucha is so special is because they left so quickly that they didn't hide the evidence.